Sorry, there might be a pause in that video. How many ones do we have? And what spot is the one? You're right at this spot right here. So how many ones do we have? You're correct, we have 5 ones. So let's take a look at this 5 right here. What place value is that? You're right, hundreds. So how many hundreds do we have? 5. We have 5 hundredths. Okay, so everybody should be to page 525. Here we are, page 525. There you go, 525. So let's start. What time does these clocks show, and how do you know that? Well, you know that the little hand represents the hours, right? When the little hand is halfway between the 9 and the 10, it's 9. And when the big long hand points to a number, we need to count by 5s, right? So we need to start at 1 and do 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So the time is 9:30. And I'll be honest with you, writing with this little pen is kind of difficult. So discuss it. What is the same about these two clocks? What is different? So what is the same and what's the difference? Well, one has hands and the other has numbers like this, right? It's still showing the same time in just a different way. Let's go to the next page. You should be on page 526, right? 526 comes after 525. The 6 is one more than 5. Let's take a look at this. What is it saying? What time do these clocks show? And how do you know? Well, back on the other page, we figured out that it was 9:30, right? So read the time. The digital clock, which is this one, because the numbers are digital. It is 30 minutes after, right? 30 minutes. The big long hand is the minute hand, and we counted by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So it is 30 minutes after. Where's the little red hand pointing to? Is it after the 9? You're right, it is after the 9. So it's 30 minutes after 9, which means the same as it is 9:30 or 9:30. You can write that both ways. You can write out 9 in the number 9 or the word 9, and 30 in the number 30 or the word 30. So write down here, it is 9:30. Half means, this half means it is exactly in the middle of this clock. Okay? How is your way, like model it, how is it different? I'll give you guys a few minutes to think about that, a few seconds. They both say 9:30. You may or may not be familiar with the expression such as half past or 30 minutes after, but they do mean the same thing. Okay, let's go to page 527. Here we are, 527. 527 comes after 526 because it is one more. That 7 is one more than 6. So let's see. Buzz says 9:30 is halfway between the hours of 9 and 10. So 30 minutes is the same as a half hour. Do you agree? Why or why not? So I agree with Buzz because 9:30 is halfway between the hours of 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock. That means that 30 minutes is the same as half hour. Okay, down here to question 3. It is blank 30 or 7:30. So looking at this digital clock, we're going to write the 7 right here. It is 7:30 or 7:30. Remember, you can write out your number 7 or you can write the word number 7. It is 30 minutes after what? So when you need to figure out when it's saying it is 30 minutes after, you look at this number right here. It is 30 minutes after 7. It is half past 7. So this is where it gets kind of tricky when you're looking at it is 30 minutes after, you're looking at this. Okay, it is half past 7. They mean the same thing. It is 30 minutes after 7. It is half past 7. Okay, half past means 30, means it's halfway. Halfway. 6 is your halfway mark when you're looking at a clock. So number 4, it is 30 minutes after. So let's take a look at the red hand. Where is this red hand pointing? What is it in between? You're right, it's in between the 1 and the 2. And down here it's pointing to the 6. Remember, we counted by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's where we come up with this 30 minutes. Okay. It is 30 minutes after. Is this red hand after the 1, but before the 2? Yes, it is. So it is 30 minutes after 1. It is half past 1. It is 1:30. So when the hand is in between and we're talking about half past, it's always the number that it's just past. You see right here, it is just past the 1. Not to the 2 yet, but just past the 1. Okay, let's go to page 528. Right here, 528. 8 is 1 more than 7. So let's read this. Dan starts cooking at 4 o'clock. Dan finishes cooking at 4:30. Draw hands on the clocks to show the times. So this is where we need to read our problem again. We read it for the first time to read it. Now we're going to read it to see what it's really asking us. Dan starts cooking at 4 o'clock. Dan finishes cooking at 4:30 o'clock. Oh, where's my pen? There we go. Cooking at 4:30. Draw hands on the clock to show the times. So when he started cooking, it was 4 o'clock. And remember, the shorthand is the hour hand, so we need to draw our little hand pointing to 4 and the big hand pointing to the 12. When it points to the 12, it means it's 0, 0. So let's write that one out in That's showing 4 o'clock. Now, Dan finishes cooking at 4:30. So we're looking at the 4 again. But remember, what's 4:30? 4:30, we might need to count by 5s. Let's try it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Remember, 30 is 4:30. So our longhand is going to be the long guy. Okay? Remember, the hour is the short guy. And because it's past 4, we're going to draw it kind of in the middle. Oops, that's too long. Let me erase that and start again. How about that? There we go. Hey, what just happened? Done? Don't do that, computer. Okay. 4:30. 4 o'clock. Remember, that looks like $4:30. Okay. It is 12:30. Show the time on both clocks. 12:30. Well, if you remember up here, past, right? This was past. Past. And we wrote it like this, 4:30. So let's go down here. Past 12 o'clock. So 12 o'clock is the hour. And remember, how many minutes is it for half the time on the clock? You're right, it's 30 minutes. 12:30. So let's take a look at this clock. It is 12:30. Well, 12 is the hour, so it's going to be a shorthand. And 12:30, remember, is 30 minutes. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And remember, your minutes is the longhand. There we go. Go to the next page. And this is your solutions page, and this is where I let you do it by yourself. So I'm going to stop recording. I hope this is helpful. I love and miss you all. Bye.